In an emergency, the Royal Navy might have no choice but to stick missiles on its patrol ships. As successive rounds of budget cuts bit deeply into the Royal Navy's frontline strength a few years back, the British fleet got a consolation prize: 5 new small, lightly armed offshore patrol vessels that the government claimed would offset reductions in frigates and destroyers. As currently equipped, the BAE Systems built Batch 2 River-class OPVs, the last of which was commissioned in January, aren't capable of fighting and surviving in a major war. None of those gap fillers provide the full capabilities or presence that additional high-end surface combatants would bring, said naval analyst Eric Wertheim, author of Combat Fleets of the World. But a few key additions could transform the $160 million apiece OPVs into credible combatants, albeit very small ones. The 297-foot-long Batch 2 Rivers are variants of the earlier, 260-foot Batch 1 Rivers, 3 of which remain in service. In the Royal Navy, OPVs are constabulary vessels. They police home waters, patrol fisheries and safeguard the Falkland Islands. Those missions generally do not require sophisticated sensors or heavy weaponry. Thus the Batch 2s each pack only a 30mm cannon for defense against small boats and a Terma air and sea surveillance radar that provides a modest degree of situational awareness. A Batch 2's flight deck is rated for Merlin and Wildcat helicopters, but, lacking a hangar, the type can only briefly embark a single rotorcraft. This is obviously not much punch, said Ian Ballantyne, a naval historian and editor of Warships International Fleet Review. But the OPVs in theory could handle much more powerful weapons and sensors. These conceptual river-class corvettes could be a handy expedient, but don't count on them to fight in major naval battles far from British shores. The Batch 2 Rivers, each displacing just 2,000 tons of water, need a lot of support to travel long distances. OPVs are not normally built for endurance, explained Jerry Hendricks, author of To Provide and Maintain a Navy. A tanker or other logistics ship could drag an OPV between continents by sailing alongside and periodically refueling the smaller vessel. But the Royal Navy has cut its logistics flotilla as deeply as it has cut the frontline force. There are no tankers to spare,